Namaste, welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand, Narasimhan. Jai Hind, ladies and gentlemen, and we begin with Uttar Pradesh and the story of motive, murder and of course Mafia Raj, which the Chief Minister has said that he will grind to dust, bulldoze them, shoot them down or bring them into the court of law and bring them to justice. However, whatever the method, Mafia will be wiped out. That's a promise. But in the sensational Umesh Pal murder, broad daylight in a busy street in Prayagraj, 13 people were at the ready to shoot this man down. One of them actually walks around and throws a bomb at this person. How did they dare to do something like this? What was the motive behind this? CNN News 18 gets you exclusive details. This development happened around the 24th of February. We are today on the 14th of March. So more than 20 days passed, ladies and gentlemen. What's the status? Let's try and understand. Almost 3 weeks since the sensational murder of Umesh Pal in the Prayagraj district of Uttar Pradesh, UP Police's Special Task Force has gathered strong inputs to confirm that the conspiracy to kill Umesh Pal was planned and put in action by the jailed Don-turned-politician, former Lok Sabha MP Atiq Ahmed, sitting inside his jail cell in Ahmedabad Sabarmati jail. On the 24th of February, Umesh Pal, a complainant in the kidnapping case against Atiq and his brother, former MLA Ashraf, was shot dead by armed assailants in the Domanganj area of Prayagraj. Umesh Pal was also an eyewitness against Atiq and Ashraf in the Raju Pal murder case. Within hours after the sensational murder that had brought the focus back on law and order scenario in Uttar Pradesh, the cops were able to access multiple CCTV camera footage from the spot. The shocking footage showed armed men in multiple vehicles, including an SUV and bikes, opening fire on Umesh Pal and two Jawans of UP Police who had been deployed for his security. Within the next 24 hours of the murder, the focus was on the young shooter who had emerged from the steering of the white SUV. The shooter was none other than Asad Ahmed, the third son of Atiq. Now, according to highly placed sources in the police monitoring the investigation, it was Atiq Ahmed who had put his son Asad in action for the murder. However, as per Atiq's plan, Asad's role was to just supervise from inside the SUV, an instruction that was eventually defied by Asad, thus leaving no doubt for the police to confirm direct involvement of Atiq Ahmed in the shootout that killed Umesh Pal and two policemen. It was the rookie son's last-minute bravado that jeopardized Atiq's plan to sidestep the three murders. According to top police sources, there is ample evidence of Atiq having access to smartphones inside the jail. The investigation so far also suggested that mobile apps like FaceTime were used by Atiq and other gang members to stay connected. Though UP police have given no official account of the interrogation with one of the arrested accused, Sadakat Khan, sources said that crucial information about the conspiracy and execution of the murders has been obtained from him, including the fact about Asad's involvement. Now, Asad is presently absconding and carrying a reward of 2.5 lakh rupees on his head. A senior police officer working on the Atiq and Mukhtar Ansari gangs in Uttar Pradesh has told News 18 that the police now have strong evidence to believe that the entire plan was chalked out by Atiq Ahmed himself. Though the official procedure of taking Atiq on remand by UP STF is still going on, questioning of the jailed Don has already taken place off record. A team of UP police is said to have already visited Atiq in Sabarmati jail. His brother Ashraf is presently lodged in a jail in UP in Bareilly. He's also been questioned. Atiq Ahmed, the mastermind in Gujarat jail, Atiq's brother Ashraf, who hatched the plot in Bareilly jail. Then, who are the people in this entire murder mystery and plot? Sadakat Khan, the third person. The assailant met at his hostel in Prayagraj. Atiq's son Asad executed the murder plan. And of course, there were shooters, guns for hire, who were at the ready part of Atiq Ahmed's gang. Two of these people have been neutralized. A third, the cops are hot on his heels, we are given to understand. And some of them are also living under false identity. There is also word that Atiq Ahmed may have escaped into Nepal, and there is some dabish or search and operations which are happening even in Nepal. These are what sources are telling News 18. Top police sources also said that Sadaqat's questioning has left no doubt that the man was in the know about the conspiracy to kill Umesh Pal. He was also with other shooters the day before the murder and had followed Umesh to do the recce. However, Sadaqat developed cold feet on D-Day and chose to flee from Prayagraj. According to police sources, Sadaqat then got busy acquiring evidence that might help save him. He kept his mobile location on, was in Varanasi on the morning of February 24th. From Varanasi, he bought a train ticket and boarded a train. Along with his journey for the next 5 hours, he deliberately got out at almost all the stations and ensured he gets captured on CCTV cameras installed in the platforms. कि मैं यहाँ जा रहा हूँ, ऐसे है, यहाँ मुझे पकड़ो. According to the top cop quoted earlier, Sadaqat has told the cops about the conspiracy to murder Umesh Pal and the fact that orders came from none other than Atiq Ahmed. He had also confirmed that as per the plan, Asad was not supposed to reveal his identity during the operation. But जोश में गाड़ी से बाहर निकल गया असद, कैमरे में कैद हो गया असद और फिर पूरे प्लॉट का पर्दाफाश हो गया. That's what the cops are saying. The co-conspirators. Who are the co-conspirators in this? Nafiz Ahmed, who's been arrested. Usman, who's been killed in an encounter. Arbaz was the first to be done with in just nearly about 24 to 48 hours, less than 48 hours. He was killed in an encounter. Guddu Muslim is currently absconding, but we're given to understand that the STF are hot on his heels. Mohammad Ghulam, again absconding. Sabir, also absconding. Arman, also absconding, along with 7 others who have not yet been named, who were at the ready in recce positions or backup positions just in case Umesh Pal makes his escape in a different direction. They were covering all angles and they would have shot him down. Meanwhile, jailed former MLA Ashraf has moved High Court, citing fear of being encountered, and he sought the court's intervention for security. 6 people, meanwhile, including the jailer Rajiv Mishra and Deputy Jailer DP Singh at the Bareilly jail, have been placed under suspension. This for allegedly facilitating illegal meetings between the jailed Ashraf and his men. Another absconder, and Atiq's wife Shaista Parveen, has now filed anticipatory bail application in the Prayagraj Session Court. The challenge or the charge against Shaista Parveen is that she paid off the shooters. She was aware of the conspiracy. She took instructions and was part of this entire plot that was hatched. That's the allegation against Shaista Parveen. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, from Uttar Pradesh to neighboring Pakistan.
होता है या जेल में जाता हूं या मार देते हैं, तो आपने ये साबित करना है इन चोरों की, और ये जो एक आदमी फैसले कर रहा है इस मुल्क के, ये कभी आप कबूल नहीं करेंगे.
His arrest is imminent, ladies and gentlemen, although his lawyers, his legal team has been able to extend his presence outside jail or delay his incarceration in one of the cases till the 16th by an Islamabad court. The Tosha Khana matter, he's not been able to secure imminent bail or anticipatory bail. The court has summoned him and they have also issued a non-bailable warrant, and his attempts to stay out of jail have been put paid in this Tosha Khana case. More importantly, the Islamabad police is now camped in Lahore and is getting the support of the Lahore police to disperse all of Imran Khan's supporters who have surrounded his area in that Zaman Park region, in his house in that Zaman Park region. There were water cannons fired, tear gas shells thrown, and of course PTI supporters pelting stones at the cops. The Lahore Rangers have also been pressed into service as backup to ensure that the Islamabad police gets to Imran Khan. Now, before what many believed are moments before his arrest, he's not yet been arrested officially. We've not got the update. Our investigations editor Manoj Gupta getting us all the details. Imran Khan issued a video message And the video message said that they want to get me, they want to arrest me, but I'm going to fight on. They want to kill me, but I'm going to fight on. So these are things they had said. Pakistan's political turmoil graft case continuing to haunt Imran Khan. Now, what we are also given to understand is there is a reason why this action against Imran Khan is intensifying. Imran Khan is an existential threat to the Pak army, is what sources deep within the Pak army are telling us, and a close aide of a top military personality within the Pak military establishment has told CNN News 18's investigations editor Manoj Gupta that Imran Khan cannot be trusted at all. Imran Khan plans to involve major restructuring of the army. He wants to defang the military establishment in Pakistan, which they cannot allow him to do. The current situation in Pakistan is that he's rabble-roused, he's created a sentiment and a fervor among the people so much, who are also upset because of the financial problems, and they're blaming it all on this co-opted coalition, which is itself is perhaps on its fringes, or it's bursting at its seams. That they are responsible for the financial mismanagement. But the military establishment is saying, no, it is Imran Khan who pushed Pakistan into default risk, spoiled the relations with Pakistan's security partners because he visited Russia during the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and sitting in Russia spoke against the Americans, spoke against US, which has been its age-old ally right since its inception. They spoke against America, and this will not suit the institution if it comes to power. See, soon after he took those positions against the advice of Qamar Javed Bajwa, it was the fall of Imran Khan. That's what happened. Now, he blames it on Qamar Javed Bajwa. He may take it out on the military establishment. That's what the current establishment thinks, because Qamar Javed Bajwa has retired. But it was he who ensured that Qamar Javed Bajwa got a 3-year extension. So how things change, equations change, ladies and gentlemen. But it's all about the military establishment in Pakistan. Meanwhile, Maryam Nawaz Sharif has taken a jibe. The whole nation stands with courage and persistence, but I am hiding under the bed with all courage and persistence. I'm stuck under the bed. So that's how she's mocked Imran Khan, who continues to be holed in his home. He's addressing public rallies. He's saying, I won't give up, I'll continue to fight, but he's running and he's hiding. That's the whole jibe. Rana Sanaullah Khan, who's the interior minister, he said that on the order of the court, the person who ran away from the court will be arrested and produced there. So they are saying we are upholding the law. Imran Khan is saying you are misusing the law to come after me because I am standing up for what is right. So this is pure play politics on display, ladies and gentlemen. But the people who hold the key, who are saying we have to continue to retain control. And if this person has decided that if he storms into parliament, he is going to use the powers of parliament to weaken and defang the military establishment, Imran Khan needs to become politically incompetent or rendered politically useless. Sushant Sareen, Senior Fellow ORF with us. Amjad Ayub Mirza, POK political activist also with us. Namaste. Thank you very, very much for joining us. Sushant Sareen, you're seeing what's happening. There was a flowchart sometime back we had built here. We had said that the army corrupts, the army puts up somebody, they go ahead and destroy the whole system. It all goes crazy. The army says, oh, sab tamasha ho gaya. They dislodge that person. They bring back somebody else and put them there saying, don't worry, the army is there to take care of you. So that's this flowchart at play once again.
No, but I think this time the flowchart has gone a little out of control. Because for the army right now to take over power will mean that it will have to do all those horrible things which any government will have to do to put Pakistan back on the rails. And I think the army does not really enjoy a lot of goodwill, does not have a lot of equity right now. At least that's what the impression which one is getting. So I think the army would rather that the civilian government becomes the fall guy, does everything. It will back the civilian government, but will stay in the background. It will not come out up front. But if things actually start deteriorating and the downward spiral becomes really bad, it's already on a spiral. Then I think the army might be left with no choice but to intervene directly. The problem, Anand, right now is that the government is not able to assert itself. And what the scenes that you are witnessing outside Lahore is basically a kind of a do or die battle. And it's not just about the army being able to protect itself and, and all the stuff which you said initially about the army's concerns about Imran Khan coming back to power, fiddling around with the military structure, reducing it into a tiger force, a personal force, or for that matter, his inability to carry out relations with the rest of the world. Apart from all of that, I think Imran Khan coming back in power in Pakistan will be the death of democracy. I know it's ironical that one says that a civilian coming into power is the death of democracy, and not the army coming into power. But it's a very difficult choice between getting the army back in and getting Imran Khan coming back into power. The result is going to be the same. Democracy will be dead. The only way out is elections, but I don't see elections happen anytime soon.
Right.
But so what is happening right now is a do or die battle. Number one, simply because if the state cannot assert itself to arrest Imran Khan in response to a court order, then that state is finished. It's a failed state. If you can't arrest a political leader, then it's a failed state. I think from what we are hearing right now, with the Rangers being called in,
yes, Lahore Rangers,
it means that the gloves are coming off. And chances are that Imran will be arrested. The only thing that you need to watch out for now is whether the arrest will be bloodless or there will be some kind of firing and some kind of casualties which will happen, some dead bodies will fall to arrest Imran Khan.
Yeah.
And then after that, once he's produced in court, this entire effort and this huge tamasha which has been created will all go to the ground if, for example, the judges, many of whom lean in Imran Khan's favor, and unabashedly so, shamelessly so, if they give him relief tomorrow itself, then the government again fails, right?
Correct. But so far they haven't. Islamabad High Court hasn't, especially in the Toshakhana matter. Some of the cases they've been able to get, anticipatory bail, or what they say, bail before
Anand,
arrest.
There are almost 3 dozen or more cases against him. Some people say 80 cases, but from what I know, it's about over 3 dozen cases.
सबसे बड़ा जो जहाँ इनका मामला, इमरान का मामला फंस रहा है, वो ये दो हैं. One is this money laundering case on the election commission, and then of course this Toshakhana matter is there. I just want to bring in
the one on which probably he's being arrested right now is the one in which he threatened that judge. I think it was last year. He threatened the judge in Islamabad. And while he got away in that case, in the contempt of court case, he was given a clean chit out there. There was also a criminal case filed under the Anti-Terrorism Act against him for terrorizing the judiciary and intimidating the judiciary. So I think this particular case on which arrest warrants have been issued right now is that particular case.
See, some case or the other, they're getting him. That's where exactly. he stands true. But he's also evaded the courts. He's also mocked the courts. He's also turned around and said, "I'm not going to present myself. What are you going to do?" But Amjad Ayub Mirza, how do you see the situation turning around? Because now, on the one hand, you have terror outfits saying, "We will not attack any neta who's campaigning. We want elections to happen." Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan is sending out letters in Pakistan कि भाई हम सिर्फ आर्मी को टारगेट कर रहे हैं, चुनाव आप कराइए. ऑन द अदर हैंड यू हैव द मिलिट्री सेइंग कोई भी बन जाए, इमरान खान नहीं बनना चाहिए. हाउ डू दे इवन हैव मनी टू इवन कंडक्ट एन ऑपरेशन लाइक दिस ऑन द स्ट्रीट्स ऑफ लाहौर इज अनदर क्वेश्चन. एंड दिस इज ऑन अ डे व्हेन लाहौर हैज नाउ बिकम द मोस्ट पोल्यूटेड सिटी इन द वर्ल्ड. जी.
Well, you see, actually, Imran Khan is representing a section of army, the young officers of army, who feel that they have been victim of the Bajwa purges when Bajwa was the army chief. So there is a split in the army, and I don't see military taking over the reins of governance in Pakistan. They will work behind the scenes, and as they have done for a long time now since Musharraf. And Imran Khan is just trying to keep his popularity by doing this drama and not presenting himself for the arrest. And I think that now the civilian government, under pressure from the chief of army staff, have made the decision that they are going to arrest Imran Khan, because it's the army chief who thinks that Imran Khan is a danger for the sanctity of military and his cronies are defaming the army. So the civilian government up till now has been reluctant to send police to his house to arrest him in the way that today the police has gone, and now I'm being informed that Rangers has been called in, and Imran Khan, I think, will be arrested by midnight or early hours of tomorrow morning.
Ji.
He will be presented into the court, and the court will grant him bail, and he will be back in Zaman Park or Banigala. But the thing is, Imran Khan represents the political ambiguity of the ruling classes of Pakistan, who cannot come to a consensus about which way Pakistan should be stirred for economic prosperity. On one end, they are asking Russia for cheap oil. On the other end, there was a news that broke out that Britain is paying Pakistan for weapon production for Ukraine. So on one hand, Pakistan wants to sell weapons to Ukraine to fight its economic crisis. On the other hand, they want cheap oil from Russia to subsidize their economic expenses. It's a total chaotic economic situation from which Pakistan cannot come out unless there is a revolution or a big change. There's no way out for Pakistan. This mess will continue. And it will stink the whole political atmosphere of Pakistan.
Well, how much, Sushant Sareen, would you blame it on Imran Khan berating the Americans and somewhere doing it from Russian soil? Was that a strategic mistake or was that a compulsion? The other aspect, would you see this as Imran Khan thinking that if Russia, China are getting closer, let me just move into that axis because India and US are getting closer. I'm not getting the kind of support I used to get from the Americans in the past. Was he thinking all of that, or was he purely looking at what works for me in terms of my own political survival?
Look, I think that whole American thing that he went to Russia and the Americans then decided that they need to get rid of him, that's utter nonsense. Of course, the Americans had no love lost for the guy. But I think the reason for getting rid of him was primarily internal. Of course, the fact that he had riled up all of Pakistan's important, patrons, the Saudis, for example, the Chinese, for example, the Americans, of course, and some of the other countries, UAE, others. I think all of that, his own feckless governance, his own, the fact that he was a very polarizing figure and things simply slipped out of control, and his handling of the economy, it was a combination of factors that forced the army to, to pull out the support that they were giving him for the first 3.5 years. And I think the American factor, if at all was there, it was kind of oblique. It was not central to his removal. On the China-Russia axis, and Imran leaning in that direction, I don't think anybody really wants to touch this guy. The conversations in China, I don't know whether these are going to reach any level of maturity, but the conversations in China are that, look, is it even worth backing Pakistan now as a foil against India?
Right.
Because if this is a country which can't take care of itself, how will it, do whatever we want it to do vis-a-vis India? But I think what is important today is also the fact that Imran is terrified of being arrested.
Right.
When you speak to people in Pakistan, they tell you that Imran is paranoid that he will be done to death. He apparently is not going out anywhere. He is apparently always surrounded by people.
Yes.
He doesn't go out for walks. He doesn't do anything simply because he feels that a sniper might take a shot at him or something else might happen to him. So if he gets arrested, he thinks that will be his end. Now, that all his bravado on television, his bluster, in those video clips that he puts out, that's all very well. That's good, makes for good television. But inside, he's terrified. He's like a little pussycat, afraid that if I go out, who might come after me. So I think that is also at play right now. And of course, his cult is crazy. They are like a bunch of zombies. And they're doing what zombies would normally do in a situation like this.
There are multiple versions of or beliefs of what is happening in Pakistan, and it depends on which end of the political spectrum you are or which end of the spectrum you are by default, or as a civilian you're just saying what's happening to my country and you're comparing it what's happening in the neighborhood. There are multiple developments through, but yes, somewhere there seems to be truth, Sushant Sareen, when you say that Imran Khan is petrified of being arrested. He does not know what's going to happen to him if he gets arrested or if he steps out into public. But he's addressing rallies. He's announced a big rally in Lahore on the 18th. So how is he stepping out there, but he does not want to go up to Islamabad? So these are questions that remain. We'll see what pans out. I have to move on for the moment. Amjad Ayub Mirza and Sushant Sareen, thank you very, very much. We shift focus. SVB, or the Silicon Valley Bank, and Signature Bank failed so swiftly that they may have been textbook examples of traditional bank runs in which a large number of depositors take their funds from a bank at the same time. With the fall of the Washington Mutual in 2008, the failures at SVB and Signature were two of the three largest in US banking history. US President Joe Biden has guaranteed that the banking system in America remains resilient. He emphasized that Americans should have faith in the US banking system. He also said that he wants tougher regulations to prevent future crises like the one witnessed in 2008. But it's repeated itself in 2023. Biden added that the government is ensuring that Silicon Valley Bank depositors get their money back and that no losses will be borne by the taxpayers. Now, what's this entire aspect and the background to SVB? The Silicon Valley Bank started way back in 1983 in California. It's the 16th biggest bank in the United States of America. Known as the go-to bank for investors, startups, tech firms, cryptocurrency were among the depositors. Invested in Sequoia Capital, Accel Partners and Greylock. So what happened that led to SVB's collapse? SVB invested billions of dollars on US government bonds. What appeared to be a safe investment quickly unraveled as the Federal Reserve aggressively raised interest rates to combat inflation. Bond prices declined when interest prices rise. Hence, the rate increase undermined the value of SVB's bond holdings. At the same time, the Fed's rate hikes increased borrowing costs, forcing tech businesses to devote more funds towards debt repayment. At the same time, they were having difficulty raising new venture capital money. Companies were forced to use SVB deposits to fund operations and growth. Customers panicked and they withdrew enormous sums of money. The bank's stock fell 60% on Thursday, dragging down rival bank shares as investors began to fear a replay of the global financial catastrophe a decade and a half ago. Trading in SVB shares had ceased by Friday morning, and the company had abandoned efforts to raise funds or even find a buyer. Now, the problems for SVB are vast majority of deposits are uninsured. No buyer for Silicon Valley Bank. So, is Silicon Valley Bank collapse worse than what happened in 2008? Well, experts feel that the impact may not be as grave as back in 2008. The SVB largely dealt with startups, so base was limited. Stress test by the Fed shows large banks could survive recession. The impact on markets. APAC markets or Asia Pacific markets tumbled in trade. Deep losses on the Wall Street were recorded. The Feds may pause an interest hike again. What's the impact on India, ladies and gentlemen, of the Silicon Valley Bank collapse? The impact on Indian startups exposure could be between $2.5 to $3 billion. Startups could face trouble raising funds. Bluestone 197, Bharat Fin, inclusion, they have exposure. Now, what's the impact on ground? We'll have to wait and watch. So far, it's in the range of $2.5 to $3 billion. Raising funds could be difficult for startups in India, but largely they seem to be insulated from this crisis with the SVB. Moving on. Now, in what can be a big blow closer home to e-pharmacies, the centre is planning to shut e-pharmacies across the country over misuse of data. As per sources within the ministry, E-pharmacy chains may collect the data related to medicine, which is a violation of privacy and will increase the risk involved with patient safety. Sources also suggest that a group of ministers held a meeting which was not in favor of the idea of e-pharmacies. The fresh development comes days after the Drug Controller General of India, or the DCGI, had served a show-cause notice to more than 20 top Indian e-pharma companies, including Amazon, Flipkart, Tata 1mg and other top players. The notices were shot a week after informing Parliament that the ministry is working on creating rules for the online sale of drugs. The move was driven by a complaint forwarded by the All India Organization of Chemists and Druggists to multiple government agencies, including the Prime Minister's office. The AIOCD, which is an apex body of approximately 12 lakh offline chemists across India, had sent an advance notice for nationwide agitation against inaction by the government agencies on the illegal sale of drugs on the online platform with predatory pricing. So why are e-pharma companies under the scanner? The first reason, ladies and gentlemen, collection of data and misuse by pharma companies. Reason 2, drug sales without valid prescriptions. Reason 3, concerns over impact on the quality of drugs itself. The fourth reason, health risks due to potential misuse of drugs. Reason number 5, concerns over self-medication, indiscriminate drug use. Reason number 6, predatory pricing that will make retail pharmacy unsustainable. Reason number 7, no statutory legal definition of what is an e-pharmacy. So all these business modules, 20 of them, ladies and gentlemen, could face closure or shutdown unless rules are in place, and both can continue, online and offline. For the moment, there is a pause. For us too, here on The Right Stand, we take a short break. Coming up next, it is Rahul Gandhi's UK remark, where he wants international investor intervention into internal matters of the country. That puts the centre on offensive. Even as Rahul Gandhi touches down back into India, the government wants him to apologize, while the demand for JPC by the opposition on the Adani financial crisis remains. Stay with us.
I think there was also pressure from the United States, possibly a combination of several factors together made it very clear that even though he was an outlier and he actually served the purpose of army for some time quite a bit, but then the army probably realized that they are better off with the established political parties, however corrupt they might be. So eventually there was a change of guard that was created. Imran Khan's habit of presuming that he is the one who can change everything in Pakistan, that he is the supreme leader, that nobody can actually defeat him, that he is invincible, actually cost him dearly, and this is where he has been reduced to. I think, but Imran Khan is actually, sorry to say this, but he has this instinct of a cockroach to survive from the Jurassic age till today. So he has capitalized on the situation right now because of the political, economic situation which is imploding. Imran Khan might still again win the election, possibly because he would again bluff the people of Pakistan by giving another, halo of a Naya Pakistan that he would create. But reality is that he doesn't have any plan. In fact, nobody has any plan about Pakistan. So he might ride this wave of popularity that he has, partly because of his personality and also because of the discontent that people have against the establishment and also against the deep state as well, against which they have started talking right now. But
there are reports that high drama is happening in Lahore as Imran Khan faces an imminent arrest. The Islamabad police is at Zaman Park to serve the summon notice to Mr. Imran Khan. That's the word coming in. It's the big piece of breaking news coming in from the neighbouring country of Pakistan. High drama in Lahore as Imran Khan faces imminent arrest. There were summons and warrants that were earlier issued, and now Islamabad police is at Zaman Park to serve summon notice to Imran Khan. That's the word coming in. Imran Khan has been embroiled in a lot of series of confrontations with the Pakistani civilian government, also Pakistani army. There are various sanctions that he's facing from within, various marches that he conducted, you remember. And there was also a sort of attack that had happened on him very recently when he was carrying out a march in various parts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And right now there is a high voltage drama that has erupted in Lahore. Imran Khan, who was earlier at the helm of affairs leading the country, right now faces a very strong opposition from the civilian government, and also he's not been in good terms with the military establishment. Abhishek with us on the broadcast. Abhishek, tell us more about what's happening.
Is actually heating up. Senior police officials are reaching at the venue, Zaman Park, where thousands of PTI supporters are here out sort of Imran Khan's house, and they are not letting the execution of arrest order of Imran Khan happen. In fact, there is a chaos, and it looks like the situation can go beyond the control of police officials, and this is why police have now issued a notification which says that any person who will obstruct legal process will be slapped with sedition charges. So there have been multiple attempts in the past week only where Imran Khan was to be arrested, but either legal relief were given to Imran Khan or police officials did not attempt to Imran Khan because of the current situation on the ground. But now it looks like the legal options are ending and running out of Imran Khan's, reason, and now police officials are there. Islamabad police senior officials, CIG officials are there, and Imran Khan might be arrested today itself. And if it happens, then major political turmoil will start happening in Pakistan, because Imran Khan has huge following across Pakistan, especially after an assassination attempt was made against on him. There has been a lot of sympathy wave going in favor of Imran Khan. So how does current government will be dealing with that? That will be a major challenge in case Imran Khan is arrested by today evening.
I want to cut across to Pathikrit as well, who's joining us on the broadcast. He's a geopolitical analyst. He'll give us more perspective. Pathikrit, what's the fate of Imran Khan? We have seen what has happened in the last few months, the assassination attempt that was made on him, the kind of series of confrontation that he has been, whether it's the military establishment or the civilian government.
सदस्य देश के बाहर जाके एक अपने पार्लियामेंट के बारे में Nobody gives Rahul Gandhi the right to tarnish the image of India, spread lies about India, and spoil the image of the parliament. He should come back and apologize.
सरकार खुद नहीं चलाना चाहते हैं हाउस। कल ऐसा नज़ारा कभी देखा है कि सरकार के मंत्रीगण, सरकार के सारे एमपीगण सब मतलब सदन को ठप करने के लिए किस तरीके से हंगामा किए हैं।
Well, that's the question, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen, as we set up the political face-off this evening here on the right stand. Who is going to take the right stand in the interest of the taxpayer? Let Parliament function. There are important bills that need to be passed and discussed and debated. But the government is saying Rahul Gandhi must apologize for the comments that he made at his alma mater and also on foreign soil, while the opposition is saying you constitute a JPC on the functionings of a businessman who they are linking closely with the Prime Minister. Now this JPC versus apology remark, who is it hurting? And what's the idea behind this? Is there, as has been alleged? Let's ask this of our panelists straight away. It's a direct face-off between Sanju Verma and Sumant Raman. Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, Sumant Raman, political analyst who believes that the government is playing this up, and we'll get his views also. Namaste, Jai Hind, thank you very much. Sanju Verma ji, let me ask you this. Is the government desperately trying to prop up Mr. Rahul Gandhi as the face of the opposition?
Anand ji,
because as the BJP says, he is your number one campaigner.
आपने तो पहले बॉल पर ही ऐसा मुझे फुल टॉस दिया है, अभी समझ नहीं आ रहा कि इसको सिक्सर मारूं या ये कैच आउट होने वाली हूं. Anyway, I just want to say this, Anand, for the benefit of your audience, a point that you raised is very important. Every minute lost in Parliament is lost parliamentary business, and monetarily that is a loss of 2.5 lakh rupees. So imagine, I mean, if you lose 1 week, that translates into multiples in terms of crores of rupees. I just have this to say. Chalo maan lete hain, BJP should not have asked for an apology from Rahul Gandhi about what he said on foreign soil. Hypothetical situation, let us assume the BJP decides that nahi sab kuch changa si, Rahul Gandhi ne jo bola bahut acha bola, he does not need to apologize. But I have one question to ask for the opposition. Forget about the second half of this budget session in 2023. In the last 8.5 odd years, ever since Prime Minister Modi took charge at the helm of affairs in May 2014, Anand, if you notice, her important session se pehle, be it the budget session, be it the winter session, be it the monsoon session, be it Pegasus, be it Ram Mandir, be it demonetization, the opposition has always found an excuse to run away from discussion. I ask the opposition, you say unemployment is a very important issue. Okay, have a discussion. You say inflation is an important issue. Have a discussion. You wanted to discuss Vande Bharat Express trains, saying they are not safe. We said, come have a discussion. Why is it that when the government agrees to a discussion, you follow the policy of shoot and scoot? Did you notice how many times Jagdeep Dhankar beseeched, implored, pleaded, literally begged with the opposition, बैठ जाइए, please सुन लीजिए, but नहीं. संजय सिंह of आम आदमी पार्टी और जितनी opposition की बच्चे खुचे नेता हैं, जिनका राजनीतिक वर्चस्व खत्म हो चुका है, they chose to go outside parliament and say, Modi, Adani, भाई, Modi को हटाओ, देश बचाओ. This is the kind of juvenile politicking that the opposition has come down to because they cannot win at the hustings.
The point is, whether they win at the hustings or not, the opposition will do its job as it is supposed to do its job. Whether it's doing or not, let the people and the voter decide. Question is, what is the government's intent and what is the government doing? Sumansi Raman, did Rahul Gandhi seek foreign intervention on India's internal affairs or not? Was Mr. Rahul Gandhi economical with facts or not on foreign soil?
Let us be very clear. Rahul Gandhi at no point sought foreign intervention. The point that Rahul Gandhi was trying to make was extremely simple. I don't know why it's so difficult to understand this. He said India is the largest democratic country in the world. If democracy is under threat in India, then it is a matter that does not concern just India, it concerns all the countries of the world, because half the population of the world that lives under a democratic framework lives in India. Is it so difficult to understand that? Did he say, I want UK and United States to intervene in the internal affairs of India and restore democracy? He didn't say that. He said his point was very simple.
Okay, please tell me, Sumanji, because you are somebody who always questions logic, you always questions rationale. In our country, how many states and union territories ballpark?
Yeah, I mean,
28?
28. Yeah, 28.
28, okay. In how many of these states and union territories is the opposition in power or a party which is not part of the NDA in power? Give and take. So 14. So is democracy in danger in Bharat?
No, there is
please. I'll tell you what. Hear me out. I am asking purely based on numbers. If nearly 50% of the states and union territories in Bharat are being governed by elected
50% are not. 50% are not.
14 states union territories. 14 states, union territories.
Look at the population.
So, now don't dissect it. Purely, are these states elected democratically or not?
Look, if
they are elected democratically, if it is non-NDA parties who are part of this, is Mr. Rahul Gandhi being economical with the facts or not, sir?
Can I speak? Can I finish a sentence? India is now increasingly being called as a electoral autocracy, where people
in your own wisdom, can you, Mr. Sumansi Raman, you should be the first to junk a coinage like that, because that idiom itself is a paradox. You cannot
May I
elect
please
an
come
autocrat.
to a
And
monologue?
secondly, sir,
I'm
with your own
explaining
admission,
what Rahul Gandhi said.
One minute,
I'm trying to
okay.
explain
Let me just.
what Rahul Gandhi said.
My point is,
point
humbly,
is
sir,
very clear. He
my
did
point
not
is-
ask for foreign intervention. End of
simple
story.
point, sir, is my simple point, sir, is where
You may
please-
disagree with him.
monologue.
Please, I'm just going across.
You
to
are
something.
welcome to disagree with Rahul Gandhi.
No. It's please. It's not about agreeing, disagreeing. It's about the fact
May I
that
please?
The
beyond
point-
one
the
minute.
point is he
Let me
did not ask for
please.
foreign
Let
intervention.
us not speak over each other, please. Let's just bring it down a notch, and this I'll go across to Sanju Verma. The simple point
Thank
is
you, Anand.
that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is also a citizen of India, and I'm sure he's a patriot. He loves his country as much as anybody else does. So
Absolutely.
does that responsibility as an Indian citizen not tower over his responsibility as a Congress MP or a leader of a Congress party or somebody who hates Prime Minister Narendra Modi and wants his
Anand,
government dislodged? That question I'm
Anand,
going to leave there. 1 minute.
I was
Like
never
I had
ashamed to
questions
ask
for you.
you.
Like I had
Anand.
1 minute. Like I had questions
Someone
for you.
I remember
1 minute.
saying-
1 minute.
Someone I remember saying
Sumantramanji.
that they were ashamed. People were ashamed to be born in
Anand,
India.
I cannot
Sumantramanji,
debate
1
like
minute.
this because you are not able to control Sumansi Raman.
1 minute. He will. He's as patient
He's
as
been
you are.
shouting for the
Yeah,
last
1
5
minute.
minutes. I
He's
have
as
kept
patient as you
quiet.
are, and he's as aggressive as you are. Both of you are very capable.
No, please don't
I am
talk
not.
about my aggression. I have been quiet.
I am
I have been quiet
I
for
am
the last
thanking
5
you.
minutes.
I am thanking you. I am just requesting Sumansi Raman to follow your
You're
cue.
not moderating
I
the debate
am
by reining
requesting
him in.
Sumansi Raman to follow your cue. Please calm down. Sanju Verma ji, my question, Sanju Verma ji, is that if Mr. Rahul Gandhi voices a political opinion abroad, if he says whatever he says as an MP abroad, why should it matter to the BJP so much? If you believe that he has got hardly any electoral currency or political currency, either within the country or abroad.
Okay, I will answer your question. And Anand, I have tremendous respect for you. पर जब बीजेपी aggressive होती है तब भी आप हमको डांट लगाते हो. जब हम aggressive नहीं होते तब भी डांट आप हमको
मैं कोई डांट नहीं
लगाते
लगा
हो.
रहा हूँ. आप अगले 2 मिनट बोलिए, मैं नहीं करूंगा आपको इंटरप्ट.
Okay, and I hope Sumansi Raman will not heckle me because it's a good debate we are having. I will say this. You asked a very interesting question. Rahul Gandhi does not have any electoral currency. The political dividend which the Congress can offer to the electorate in India is zero. And without any political dividend, the electorate is not going to vote for an electorally debilitated and vanquished party. Now, why is it that the BJP expects an apology? I said hypothetical situation is we should not pay any heed to him. But the reality is that the Congress, Rahul Gandhi himself has made no bones about the fact that he is an aspirant for the top job of the Prime Minister. And I also say this, as an Indian citizen, as an elected member of the Parliament, BJP, the Prime Minister, senior ministers are absolutely well within their right to demand an apology from a person who's not maligning Prime Minister Modi or BJP. He goes and says that democracy khatre mein hai, khatam ho chuki hai. He goes and audaciously says Chinese PLA has usurped 2,000 square kilometers of our territory, Anand, please. And he has the audacity to say that the Pulwama terror attack in which we lost 40 of our brave hearts was not a terror attack. He undermines the Pulwama terror attack as just another car bomb attack. And you tell me that we should simply be twiddling our thumbs and give Rahul Gandhi a free pass?
Not at all.
Should we be giving him a free pass?
You please tell me.
Absolutely
No,
not.
please.
And let me finish in 20 seconds. You gave him a lot of time. Let me now finish in 20 seconds. I will educate your audience, which I'm sure is already very enlightened, because if they're watching the right stand, they know which part of this, divide they need to be on. Democracy, Sumansi Raman khatre mein thi in 1951 when Jawaharlal Nehru passed the First Amendment. In 1975 when Indira Gandhi imposed emergency. In 1976 when she passed the 42nd Amendment to curb the power of judicial review of courts. In 1988, democracy khatre mein thi when Rajiv Gandhi surreptitiously tried to impose on India the anti-defamation bill. Democracy khatre mein thi in 2013 when Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh tried to come in with the communal violence bill, which was Hindu-phobic. Thank God it did not see the light of the day. Democracy khatre mein tab thi when out of 60 years, when we passed 564 ordinances in the first 5 or 6 decades when
Now,
Congress
Sanju Verma,
ruled,
please pause.
476 ordinances
Sanju Verma, please pause.
were
Sanju
passed
Verma,
by the
please pause. Now
Congress.
you must yield. Now you must yield.
476
You must yield.
were passed by the Congress.
Now you must yield, Sanju Verma ji. I have been patient. I have listened to you.
I
You asked for the
think,
20 minutes. Now you must yield. Thank you for yielding.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is
Anand?
that all of these points, these have all happened in the past, and because they all happened
Anand,
before
30
24.
seconds.
I'm coming to Suman Siraman. I'm coming.
Yeah.
You got 5 more minutes in the debate, so you'll get your time to speak. I'll give you your time. The point is that all of this happened before 2014. Between 2014 to 2023, the people have come and given a larger mandate than between 2014 and 2019 in 2019 right now. If democracy is not in danger, if democracy is flourishing, if G20 leadership is in India, if world leaders are coming here to Bharat and hailing Bharat, why is the BJP bothered about what one MP goes and says on foreign soil, whatever he has purportedly said or not said? And if you are so concerned, and if he is been portraying India in bad light, take him to court, sue him for defaming India, and let him apologize or answer in court. Why make it a political tamasha and waste the taxpayers' money? That question I'll park. But coming to you, Suman Siraman, please respond.
Yeah. I think it is very clear that the entire reason for raising this Rahul Gandhi speech and disrupting Parliament is basically to avoid a debate on the JPC on the Adani issue. It's quite clear. But the fact also remains that there were some members who apparently were calling for sedition charges. I mean, that would be the ultimate in irony. Imagine if Rahul Gandhi, for having said that there is shrinking space for democracy in India, is actually booked under a sedition charge and thrown into jail for saying that there is not enough democracy. That would be the ultimate irony. So I think that would be proving his point beyond any kind of doubt.
Correct.
Now my point.
Correct. One
second. My point is very simple, Anand. All that needs to be done is for the government to have a discussion on the Adani issue, which has not been, by the way, 1 minute, I did not interrupt her, which, by the way, predates Rahul Gandhi's visit to Cambridge. It is not that the Adani issue started after Rahul Gandhi visited Cambridge. They have been going on about this.
Okay, let her respond. Let her respond. One minute. Let her respond.
What is
Let her respond. Let her respond.
Let her respond. It is the responsibility of the ruling party to run Parliament. Sorry, it is the responsibility of the ruling party to run Parliament.
Calm down, please.
May I please come in, Anand?
It is the responsibility of the ruling party to run Parliament.
Please keep quiet. Suman Siraman, please.
Okay, before Sanjuji, before you respond.
Please keep quiet.
Before you respond. See, you are somebody who understands legalese and who also, Suman Siraman, knows how to make an argument or how to move the argument in the direction which is convenient to you. But I'll just park this question that if a matter is sub judice, can Parliament take action in that matter? Is that possible? What is the story? No, what is the story?
Action.
Correct.
No.
As well JPC, let Sanju Verma respond. Let Sanju Verma respond. I have some more questions on Rahul Gandhi. Yes, Sanju Verma respond. Yeah.
Thank you. Anand, let me be very clear that the prerogative of whether a JPC should be had on the Adani issue is something that the government of the day will decide. It is not going to be decided by Rahul Gandhi or Chidambaram or Suman Siraman. And I just want to remind the Congress, and I have tweeted about this today, that, everybody during the Hindenburg report, when it was released a couple of weeks back, and I'm not standing in solidarity or otherwise for the Adani group, I'm not their spokesperson, but I want to call out the hypocrisy of the opposition. When Hindenburg said that Adani group is failing to pay its loans and Credit Suisse and Citigroup and Bank of America have refused to lend money to Adani group, let me tell the truth today. In the last 48 hours, Wells Fargo, Banco Santander, Bank of America, Citigroup, they have lost, how much? Just 4 banks in America. I'm not even talking of Signature Bank or Silicon Valley Bank, which have gone completely bankrupt. The 4 big banks have lost $66 billion. And Credit Suisse is leading the contagion in Europe. And people say that if cash is not infused in a big way, then Credit Suisse could actually go under. It could be a bigger bankruptcy than the Lehman crisis of 2008. But have you seen any opposition leaders from the European Union targeting their own ruling party? Here the Hindenburg report was used to malign SBI to malign LIC.
Right.
You should be ashamed.
No.
You should be ashamed.
We are digressing. Questions
SBI.
remain on both sides. And
You
as a
wanted to
humble
malign LIC and
citizen, a
SBI,
voter, a
you
taxpayer,
did that.
both to the government and the
Shame on
opposition.
you.
Please tone it
Shame
down.
on you.
Both to the government and the opposition. I have only one request. If you are standing with placards, if you are standing with placards, if you are standing with,
do you understand economy?
can you reduce their volume, please? They're shouting in my ear and they're shouting on television. Two very erudite people and intelligent people. I have only one request to both the government and the opposition. Allow Parliament to function. Please do not waste taxpayers' money. Allow Parliament to function. You can take the politicking outside, but not in Parliament. Allow Parliament to function. On that note, we're going to wind up the debate and move on. Thank you, Sanju Verma and Suman C. Raman. Moving on at this point, ladies and gentlemen, despite the excitement around AI technologies such as ChatGPT, whose fourth generation large language model, GPT-4, is expected for release next week, the debate over threat to the current job market from the burgeoning technology seems to be getting brushed under the carpet. ResumeBuilder.com conducted a survey, and in its survey covered 1,000 US businesses and found that 49% of the companies currently are using ChatGPT, while 30% are planning to do so. It also found that 48% of the companies are using ChatGPT. They said they have replaced the workers, while 25% of the companies revealed that after using the AI chatbot, they have already saved more than $75,000. The survey, which was conducted in February 2023, showed the companies are mostly using AI chatbot for writing code, copywriting, customer support, and others. So what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a natural language processing tool driven by artificial intelligence tech. It has human-like conversations with a chatbot. That's what you can do. Language model can answer questions, assist with tasks like composing emails, essays, admit its mistakes, challenge incorrect premises, and debate over ChatGPT now has only increased. Demand for self-service against ChatGPT is affecting job market. For ChatGPT, a revolutionary technology is that's the for that it's a revolutionary technology, but the against is that it can displace job in low-skilled companies. The argument for tech is availability and more engagement against securing data, malware threat, which remains a reality, is the against part. As far as IT, it increases productivity and efficiency, but you cannot learn. It cannot learn to think outside the box. It's less human error enable, and it's unbiased. 24/7 it's available. You can just click a button and then type and it responds. It's always there. Inability to understand emotions, the EQ aspect is not there at all. Ladies and gentlemen, even in our fraternity, in the media fraternity, there are many who are worried because you can tell ChatGPT to give you 5 different headlines of the same topic and it can throw it up. So our journalists also going to be run out of business. We have to wait and watch. But that's the issue with tech and not so tech. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. After RRR's historic win at the 95th Oscars, director S.S. Rajamouli hosted an intimate Oscars after party at Los Angeles. The party was attended by the RRR team, including Ram Charan, Junior NTR, composer M.M. Kiravani, singers Rahul Sipliganj and Kala Bhairava. Ram Charan's wife, Upasana Konidela, took to her Instagram stories to give a glimpse of the celebration. She shared Ram Charan's picture posing with the Oscar trophy and all the other awards RRR was honored with so far. In another video that featured M.M. Cream playing the piano, even as the guests cheered for him.
Islamabad police senior officials, DIG officials are there, and Imran Khan might be arrested today itself. And if it happens, then major upheaval, major political turmoil will start happening in Pakistan, because Imran Khan has huge following across Pakistan, especially after an assassination attempt was made against on him. there has been a lot of sympathy wave going in favor of Imran Khan. So how does current government will be dealing with that? That will be a major challenge in case Imran Khan is arrested by today evening.
I want to cut across to Pathikrit as well, who's joining us on the broadcast. He's a geopolitical analyst. He'll give us more perspective. Pathikrit, what's the fate of Imran Khan? We have seen what has happened in the last few months, the assassination attempt that was made on him, the kind of series of confrontation that he has been, whether it's the military establishment or the civilian government. What's in fate for him if we look at the recent political history of Pakistan?
Well, it's a game of cat and mouse going on. A couple of times in the past, also recent past, there were summons and warrants against him, and somehow he got bailed out. One of the times he actually jumped out and, ran into a neighbor's house and escaped while asking his protesters to actually face the wrath of the police. So literally, whatever is happening right now, I think it's not possible for all these things to go through unless there is a clear-cut order and, blessing from the deep state of Pakistan, which is the army and the ISI. I think that, the tug of war that was going on for quite some time between Imran Khan and General Bajwa, it has now taking a new shape altogether. Imran Khan thinks that army wants to, bump him off. And also at the same time, I think, the establishment, I don't know what Shahbaz Sharif government would achieve by it, because in any case, Imran Khan create a massive uprising in the election.
One wonders if a recent look at the history in the last couple of years of Pakistan, what changed so drastically from being the poster boy and the hero for Pakistani army to be the civilian face, some kind of Naya Pakistan narrative that was propelled by his party and him per se, with some kind of, backing from the military establishment. Things have changed drastically for Imran Khan. I'll come back to you, Pathikrit. Allow me a moment. There's a reaction coming in from Syed Shehbaz Nadeem Bukhari, who's the DIG operations.
Good evening, this is Brass Tax. I'm Zaka Jacob. For the second day running, Parliament was held up because ruling party members demanded an apology from Rahul Gandhi for the comments that he made while he was abroad last week. The Congress says this is just a diversionary tactic from the Adani scam for which the government is reluctant to constitute a JPC. 2 days of the budget session have been wiped out so far and is likely to be the same throughout the remainder of this session. The question is, why is taxpayer money being pushed down the drain in the name of Parliament? Because neither opposition nor government wants the House to run. What will it take to make both houses work? That's going